We are live. We are 2 minutes early, but that's okay because we're usually late. So we're trying to even it out here. I'm your host, Astaire. This show, the NBA Rundown, is brought to you by Nuke the House. Head on over to nukethehouse.com. We're going to be live this weekend, Tyler. They're going to be live for the UFC fight. And you told me some crazy things are afoot here in the UFC. So it'll be a great time to get on board. Of course, they'll be live betting the March Madness. And we talked about baseball season just begun. Feels like a lot of handicappers have switched their attention to Major League Baseball, leaving us alone here in this dreary NBA landscape, man. I just can't wait. I mean, if there's any argument that the season's too long, it's the schedule these last couple weeks. It has been ugly, Tyler, but we're going to find some winners. Once again, we were able to find one yesterday. Wasn't sure when we went off the air, but after we talked about it, we added the Heat +5 to the sheet. So that's 3 winners in a row for us here with the best bets. So we're going to try and find another one today. Tyler, did you watch the big game last night between the Warriors and the Lakers?
I did not, but I seen the Warriors were able to win. We were both wrong on that one because we both said the Lakers were going to win. So
yeah,
got that one wrong.
We didn't make that official.
Yeah, didn't make it official, but I mean, didn't get to see much of the game at work, so don't really have much of a take on it. Just box score watched it.
Yeah, it's one of those interesting things where the Warriors, I always think, are a small team, but they actually looked bigger than the Lakers, which I thought was interesting. And kind of some concerns with the Lakers moving forward. The size, you can see why they tried to trade for Mark Williams. So, of course, with that scoring, you still can't count them out. But if they do lose, I think the size and the inability to get rebounds and protect the rim is going to be the reason that they do not advance in the playoffs. Let's talk about tonight's slate. And to get us started with, it's a team that absolutely doesn't care. I mean, Utah Jazz, they've lost like 16 of their last 17 games, Tyler. They're losing by 25, 32. You can't set these lines high enough. I mean, Pacers are past. Do we get involved? Is it even worth talking about? What do you think?
Halliburton double and win, even money.
No way.
Yeah, that's as simple as the breakdown's got to be.
All right, cool. Because that should be like -175. All right, my favorite team, Tyler, the Sacramento Kings, the biggest joke in the National Basketball Association, worse than the Wizards, worse than the Bulls, worse than the Hornets, just the biggest joke. How do you trade for Zach LaVine and pair him with DeMar DeRozan and think that's going to work?
Especially when they just played on another team together and it didn't work.
Yeah, and in a weaker conference. Anyways, they're laying 10.5. I talked about it before in the Washington game, and we didn't end up playing it, but the Kings usually do well as big favorites and then lose close games against good teams. They're coming off that disappointing loss. You got to think this is an excellent bounce back spot for them going against a Hornets team that it's like the Jazz has given up, but we said that about the Wizards too, and they weren't able to get the win. Now they're at laying 10.5 and not 15.5. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, probably just a complete pass for me. I mean, Kings should bounce back and win this game by margin, but do we really want to bet the Kings? Probably not. So
exactly. The Phoenix Suns are +14, Tyler. This is why I got to do the show with you. You know I want to take those 14 points, right? But they're
I don't
going
think you
against
could bet
Boston.
the Suns the rest of the year.
What about when KD comes back?
If he comes back. They don't have much longer in the regular season spread, and they're not making the playoffs.
They might. I mean, if the Kings lose the Hornets tonight, they might.
They're like a game back of them still, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, we don't want to lay it with Boston, though, do we? This is way too many.
Yeah, if I had to bet it, I would bet Boston.
But we don't have to. And let's just.
No, we don't have to on a big slate like this.
All right. The Detroit Pistons are laying 11 in Toronto, taking on the Raptors. Totals 226.5. Tyler, my projections say to take Toronto, but I don't know. What do you think? I mean, are the Pistons ready to be laying 11?
I mean, yeah, they probably are. I mean, they've won some games by margin this year. They're not the same Pistons we talked about before. I mean, I know Stewart's out, Ivy's out, Harris is out. As long as Cade plays, I mean, they're going to be a tough team to beat. They could easily win this game by margin.
Is Cade playing?
It says he's a game time decision.
Oh, okay.
It says toss up the play.
This line indicates that he's in, and the Raptors, now that they're officially eliminated, will be sitting everybody. Okay. Numbers like the Raptors, but I don't think I'm going to get involved. Here's the game I do like, though, Tyler. The Thunder are only laying 6 to the Rockets. Now, normally you'd say, okay, it's the number 1 seed in the West taking on the number 2 seed in the West, right? This should be a great game. Let's grab the points at home. But Oklahoma City just continues to cover. They've covered 11 games in a row. They've covered 14 of the last 15. And last time they beat Houston, they beat them by double digits in Houston. OKC or pass for me, man. I don't see. I know Houston's good. I just think that OKC is so much better than the rest of the league right now. I kind of want the Thunder here. I can't believe it's down to -6.
Yeah, I agree with you. Give me the Thunder here. I mean, it almost seems like they're not chasing 70 wins, but they're going for it. All their guys are playing. I think they'll be able to get a bucket in the close game. I just think that eventually they will pull away from this Houston team. Houston's more built on defense. They have defenders that can slid on Jalen Green. And they really can't get a bucket outside of him. So, yeah, give me the Thunder.
All right. We'll probably make that one official, but we both like the Thunder there. The Cleveland Cavaliers, Tyler, are -13 taking on the Spurs. Total's 241.5. Another one I don't have a lot of interest in. I mean, Cavs will probably cover, but let's just pass. All right. Sorry, guys. This is how it's going to be for this next week. But we have one more week, right? Tyler, we have 5 more NBA rundowns.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, we'll be doing play in, right?
Yeah, play in.
I can't wait. This last week was terrible. Actually, okay. So I want to talk to you about this game, actually, though. My projections love taking the Blazers and the points here. So let's dive into this game a little bit deeper because that kind of stood out to me. Most of them I'm getting pretty close to the numbers, or there are games like Toronto where it's like, the numbers can't actually calculate that they're not going to play anybody. Portland's only 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 against Chicago. Only 2-4 against the spread in their last 6. Chicago 11-3. Oh, excuse me, in their last 14. However, do you think that means that this number's kind of inflated here? 6 seems like a lot for the Bulls. I only have the Bulls winning by like 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how many of these guys actually sit for the Blazers. I would lean towards the Bulls here, but probably just another stay away from me.
All right. Let me look at some other things involving this Bulls-Blazers game because, like I said, this one interests me. I kind of like the Blazers plus the points here. While I'm looking this up, what do you think about Danny Avdija over 2.5 3-pointers? The guy has just been going crazy.
I'd have to look at his stats and see how many he's been shooting volume-wise. Could do that now. But I have no real read on that until I see some numbers. Give me 1 second.
I know that his rebound and assist is set 14.5, and he's gone over 14.5 6 of the last 8 games. Maybe that's another way to look at it.
I'd probably stay away from his threes. I mean, he's went 2 for 6, 3 for 8, 2 for 7, 4 for 7, 3 for 9, 2 for 6. He's getting some volume, but you really need him to shoot a high percentage to get over that 2.5.
Yeah. All right, so Portland's last game was on the 2nd. And when did Chicago's last game was on the 31st. So Chicago's got a little more rest. They both played Toronto. They both won. Yeah, Chicago's got a lot more rest. This is the 5th game on a road trip for Portland. That's probably why this number's where it's at. Okay, let's come back to it. But I'm telling you, I'm considering taking the points with Portland here.
That'd be Bulls or pass for me.
All right. Well, maybe we'll stay away from it on the sheet then because we're on opposite sides. How about this game, Tyler? This is actually worth talking about. The Denver Nuggets are taking on the Golden State Warriors. Now, of course, the NBA is a joke because both teams – the Warriors are coming off back-to-back. I mean, that's stupid. The Nuggets are completely tired. They had the double overtime game, and then I guess they sat everyone from against San Antonio. where they lost straight up. So they're coming off 2 losses. You think they're going to be motivated. Also, Denver's beat the Warriors how many times in a row? Can you pull that up? Off the top of my head, it seems like they've won they swept the season series like the last 2 years. I can't remember the last time the Warriors beat the Nuggets.
Here, I'll get that pulled up now.
I see your question, Shapeshift. I'll answer that in a bit here.
But
yeah, pull that up, man. Maybe my memory's wrong, but dude, I just think the Nuggets always beat the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, they've beat them. Let's see. Let's go to the last 10. It didn't even want to give me last 10. It's giving me matchups from 1976, so that's good. Thank you, StatMuse. Let me see if I can get this pulled up. My computer doesn't crash.
Here, I'll see if I can pull it up. I think on Oxford.
But yeah, I swear they beat them almost all the time. So I'm on Denver. I just think the Warriors are also going to sit their guys. So I don't think.
I kind of like Denver here too. They're a little more.
I don't think any of the trends and all that
ahead,
really matter. I was saying.
So I was right. I mean, I don't know about the last 2 seasons. They're 9-1 in their last 10 straight up against them. 6-4 ATS, but we don't have to worry about that because we're not laying points.
Yeah, so I'm on Denver. Give me Jokic triple-double and win.
All right. I think I'll just take Denver straight up. Oh, I guess they're laying 1.5. All right. Okay, cool. So we like the Nuggets and we like the Thunder. Sounds like a plan. All right. Pelicans are catching 15 against the Lakers.
Pass.
Pels or pass? I don't know.
I'm not betting the Pels. It's just a pass for me.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got to do this show with you because you know how much money I would have lost trying to take all the points in all these games. I mean, to be fair, if you take these points, take them in the first half.
Sometimes
so many of these games look like the dog's going to cover it. Pardon?
So sometimes that doesn't even work. He seems to get blown out in the first.
No, sometimes that doesn't even work. It's just like, how many games do I keep track of the score? You know, I'm not watching the game, but I'm keeping track of the score. And I see, they're going to cover. And then they go on like a 14-2 run to end the game, and they don't. All right. Last game on the slate. My guess is you're going to pass on this one. Mavericks are plus 10.5 against the Clips.
I was going to say, it'd be Clippers or pass for me. Just because the Clippers, I mean, Anthony Davis looks like he might not play. If he doesn't play, Clippers are going to have a huge advantage to be able to defend this team very well. It's just a matchup thing, too. I think the Clippers are just a very bad matchup for Dallas with the way they can defend on the perimeter. Kawhi's been playing very well. I think they win the game by margin.
All right. I'm going to go Thunder, Blazers, and Nuggets for my picks.
I would go Thunder, Nuggets, and I would just do those 2 on the sides.
Okay, there you have it. All right, guys, we'll be back on Monday. We have one more week of drudgery, Tyler. One more week.
Yep, one more week.
And then I'm pretty excited for these play-ins. I mean, the West is going to be sweet. And we already talked about the matchup yesterday. We won't do it again, right? But I think Magic Hawks is interesting. All offense versus all defense. That's fun.
Yeah, a little bit of a difference.
And what's the other one? It's Bulls. Who's the last one?
Heat.
Oh, yeah. That's good, too. Yeah. All right. Shapeshifter says, about my Kings, do I think they blow it up and rebuild? No, because that would be the smart thing to do. And we have, like, the worst owner. And the only thing is, like, guys like Nico Harrison and Charlotte and Washington are so bad that it kind of gives us a pass because we don't know who he is. But we trade for Levine. We should have got assets. Since the trade, the only teams with the worst record are Utah and Philadelphia. But they're trying to lose. We're trying to win. And, I mean,
yeah, it's terrible.
They should blow it, but they won't. So a little disappointed. But we'll be back on Monday. Tyler, you're doing 4 p.m. Eastern with Holden, right?
Yep.
All right. So we'll plan for – do you want to do 4:30, or you want to do 3? You don't want to do 3, do you?
No, we'll do 4:30.
All right, we'll do 4:30, and then we'll probably do 5 the rest of the days. I still have to go back and get my car worked on Tuesday. I might be late that day, but it feels like I'm finally getting back in my schedule.
Cool.
So we will do one more week of drudgery, Tyler, and then it's time for the excitement. It's not even look like the same sport. That when that first playoff game tips off, it's not even gonna look like the same sport that we've been watching for the last 3 months. So that should be exciting. All right, that's it for us, guys. My plays are Thunder, Nuggets, and the Blazers. Wait, is that all South? What's the division they're in? Northwest Division?
No, I don't think they're all the same division.
Anyways, those are our picks. We'll be back on Monday. Nuke the house.